Hi everybody, Sanibonani, welcome to my channel. Ntando Mdletshe, and on this channel sibuka ama reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sokwenza ama reviews ama recaps. Siyaphinda ke futhi sikhuluma ngama celebrities kanye nama YouTubers ethu ala eMzansi. If it's your first time joining me today and you really like our content kule channel, do not forget to press the subscribe button and the notification bell ukuze phela uthole umyalezo mangabe umsebenzi omusha sesi ufakile. Today you guys, today sikhuluma ngobuxoki basesithenjini. Hey, yay. My mother used to say, esithenjini uyakhuluma. Athi kuyakhulunywa esithenjini. Yo, hayi, you talk until you die. Yo, but today, you guys, let me remind you, okay, those who have watched all of my reviews for this season 6 of Uthando Nesthembu. The very first video that I did about season 6 of Uthando Nesthembu was the video I did where I was doing the review of their photo shoots, the photo shoot for the season, okay? And I'm going to see if I can link that video here, you guys, or put it in my, maybe as a comment, as a first comment on this video. And what I said on that video was that my thinking about season 6 was that we were probably going to see how these 4 families actually operate as 4 separate families, that they have tried so hard on Uthando Nesthembu to convince us that they really are one family, that do things together, that operate together, they operate as one family. But I felt like it was coming this season that we were going to see how they actually don't spend too much time together. They don't really like one another as much as we think they do, especially the wives, you guys. The kids, I think the kids love one another. They take each other as siblings, like Mpumelelo no Luanda. We're going to talk about them tonight. But I think the wives, honestly, they just 4 different wives married to the same man but separately, and they live separate lives. It's becoming apparent that this is what is happening. They pretend. It's hard to pretend for a long time, okay? So this is what is happening this season. But you guys, hey, esithenjini kuyaxokizwa. If ungalona exoki, you won't survive isithembu, okay? So episode 14, you guys, that we're doing the full review. So when I do my full reviews, you guys, I go through each and every scene that took place in the episode, because I want to make sure that people that didn't get to watch the episode understand what is going on, and then I give you my thoughts on it, okay? So I do make notes when I do my reviews. So in episode 14, you guys, maybe I missed like a few minutes of that first scene where MaCele is having a sit down with Mpumelelo kanye noLwandle, okay? And MaCele, I feel like the intention is to clarify to amakhosana akhe, because amakhosana, I guess, because inkosana kaMayeni kanye nenkosana MaCele, you guys. And so obviously people have said ukuthi kunemehluko phakathi kwendlalifa nenkosana nobani. Listen, we're not gonna get into that, but the intention of the meeting was he wanted to clarify what their roles are, you guys. I think MaCele, just like all of us have been saying ukuthi we foresee ama conflicts moving forward in this family. I think honestly, genuinely, I think Mpumelelo and Luanda, they really love each other as brothers. I think they trust each other as brothers. I think a problem might come or could come if, God forbid, MaCele had to pass, because the wives only get along for the sake of Ubaba MaCele. So if he had to be taken out of the picture, I think even the kids' attitude might change, because the attitude of the wives will be different if MaCele is no longer around. So I hope he lives the longest. He outlives everybody in his family, because if he doesn't, there's going to be problems there. But as it stands, you guys, I really think uLwandle kanye noLokhuzana no Mpumelelo love each other, and I think they expressed that even in this diary session yokuthi they love each other. They did the diary session together. They say ukuthi they're the same thing, but bayitiye. So yonke into ndawonye. So they do everything together. So they really just take each other as brothers, you guys. So MaCele says ukuthi he starts with Mpumelelo. He says Mpumelelo, he wants Mpumelelo to assist him with the businesses, and also for Mpumelelo to explore more his personal businesses and also family business. So he wants Mpumelelo to focus more on the business, okay? And then he says ukuthi for Ulwandle, he wants Ulwandle to focus more on taking care of the home, you know, and by home he means all of the homes, meaning the homes of the 4 wives, you guys, okay? And that's how he wants to separate the roles. Mpumelelo says vele he is business. That is his response in the diary session. He says what's business is him, he understands business, he's already into business as it stands. Vele it looks like he is already working on some family businesses, his personal businesses, so he doesn't feel like it's gonna be too much of a challenge for him. Whereas Ulwandle feels like, listen, I've seen my father trying to take care of these 4 households, and it seemed like it looks like it's a lot for him. So I'm wondering, how am I going to do it? Okay, MaCele does say he is aware that he is giving them too much responsibility. In fact, he is giving them the responsibility that is his. He is hoping ukuthi bazoyimukela, they will take it, they will accept the challenge, and that even if they don't do it for him or they don't do it for themselves, that they do it for their grandmother, because he really feels like that was the dream that he shared with his mother. So he is hoping ukuthi they do it, even though he is aware that he's putting too much on them. Okay, you guys, I want to discuss this a little bit, and I want to be as sensitive, you guys, as I can possibly be discussing this issue, because there is one thing that has been raised on a regular basis by my viewers when it comes to the kids MaCele, and I have sort of ignored it because sometimes I am not sure what is the right way to discuss this issue that the viewers have raised when it comes to MaCele. But I feel like in discussing this scene, I sort of want to touch on it a little bit, because it just made me think about that issue when MaCele was having this sit down with Ulwandle and Mpumelelo. Here's the thing, you guys, there is a video I did recently, because a lot of people were asking about what Ulwandle does, and I went and I found out some information on what Ulwandle does for a living, because people were feeling like this some of the kids are in school, are in varsity, Omunye is playing soccer professionally, you know, like they're doing things, but nobody's clear on what Ulwandle did. So I did a video because I had went and found a video where him and his father were announcing that he was starting a business. This was a few years ago, and it was a trucking business, not trucking business, delivery business, you know, and they were very excited about that. But ever since that announcement, we haven't really seen anything with regards to Ulwandle's business, and also we haven't received any updates on how it's going with that business. And MaCele having this sit down with Mpumelelo Nolwandle, I'm trying to figure out why would he make a decision when Ulwandle is the one that has shown interest in starting businesses? Why would he remove him from that responsibility and put Mpumelelo on businesses when Ulwandle is already in business? Okay, so it made me wonder about that business that he had started, that they had announced that he had started, if it really was successful. After he started it, did it go well? Was he able to manage it? And it made me feel like maybe he wasn't, maybe it didn't work out. And because why would it be so easy for MaCele to feel like Ulwandle must not focus on businesses when he actually has a business or businesses? I feel like maybe it didn't go well with business, and he really saw this is not a place to put Ulwandle in terms of businesses. And also, so it made me think more about what the viewers have been saying, because the viewers have been saying, and don't you think that there is something going on with Ulwandle? Maybe something that is like a condition, because other people feel like ukuresponda kwakhe seemed to be slower than the other kids in things. And mina, I have always felt like Ulwandle, is it's just that is a man of few words. You know, like he would say a word or two and smile, and that's it. That is his communication. He doesn't say a lot. If you ask Mpumelelo a question, he will answer you in a sentence. And somebody said ukuthi ukhuluma njengobaba omdala uMpumelelo, like ukhuluma njengekhetla, and I agree, like ukhuluma ngathi akhuluma nje like a young person. Whereas uLwandle would just say a word or two and he will struggle to express himself, and then that will be it. And other people have been feeling like there is something going on with uLwandle. It's like he there is a condition that was not, somebody said there is a condition there that maybe is not diagnosed or identified. I'm very reluctant, you guys, to say things like that, because I always feel like if there is a condition there, whether it's a mental condition or physical condition, medical, any kind of condition, I feel like no matter how obvious it looks like to us, sometimes, not sometimes, we have to wait for the person to say, you know, this is what I'm struggling with, or I have been diagnosed with this, or you know what I mean. It's not appropriate for us to actually now acts like we are medical professionals. Just by looking at him, we can diagnose him. But I don't want to lie. This scene here made me think about that. Are the viewers onto something when they talk about that when it comes to Luanda? And is that maybe a reason why Ubaba Wake is saying, you know, move away from the businesses? He's saying, I'm not really saying you can't do anything in business, but I'm just saying my expectation of you is that you take care of the homes, and it doesn't mean that whatever money that we make in businesses we won't share with you, but your focus should be in homes, because you can see that uLwandle cannot really handle in Dabazama business, and maybe because he has tried to help him with businesses and it hasn't worked out. I was just wondering, it made me think about that. Maybe the viewers are onto something there, but I do feel like, you guys, we do have to be very sensitive about that, because at the end of the day, we don't want uLwandle to watch this video maybe and then feel like maybe it's not something that he's even noticed about himself, that, you know, he takes time to respond, he's not as quick as the other kids, and now he starts feeling like maybe there's something wrong with him, because it just might be that he is that person that doesn't like to express himself like that. But I just wanted to say, you will see, this scene right here made me think about it. I wonder if really there isn't something there that even the family has identified, and they are trying to support him in putting him in a place where he can flourish more, and they feel like in business he can't. I don't know. I wonder, you guys, because I don't know how. Maybe because he is the son from the first wife, that he feels like there is his responsibility to take care of the home, and it has nothing to do with his mental capacity or capabilities. You know, that is a possibility, but it made me think about that. Is it not that MaCele feels like uLwandle cannot handle the businesses, rather put him in the homes? But at the same time, I am feeling like, but even taking care of the homes takes a lot. It will take a lot to make sure that all of the homes are being taken care of. Guys, I don't know how fair it is for your father to take 4 wives and build 4 homes, and then take the responsibilities and put and take that responsibility to take care of all of those homes on you, just because you are born into the family. I don't know how fair that is, you know, but that is where they are, you know, that is what they are born into, I guess. And they don't seem, both Mpumelelo no Luanda, didn't seem like they have a problem with the way that Ubabwabo has allocated these responsibilities. uLwandle is just concerned about, am I going to be able to do it? Because I've seen my father attempt to do it and it hasn't been easy for him. But he wasn't saying, why is Mpumelelo in businesses and I'm taking care of the homes? And Mpumelelo was not saying, why is uLwandle put there and I'm put in businesses? And he also wasn't saying, he should put me in business because of this. He wasn't. They were like, oh, okay, if that's what you think, that's okay. But you know, uLwandle is more, Mpumelelo was more like, I can handle that, and uLwandle was more like, I don't know if I can handle it. But I guess moving forward, you know, we're going to have to see if they're able to handle the responsibilities, okay? So then, you guys, the next scene was Umsele goes to MaCele's house. By the way, MaCele's house is very nice, okay, at Sea Park. And he says Zuguti, he gets to see MaCele a lot because I guess it's on the way to town and back. And Maya in town, he passes by MaCele. It's like umjolo, you guys, is changing. Because really, honestly, it's not like everybody else where your man wakes up in the morning, goes to work and come back home to you. So sometimes we are dlula njengendlela akubone and go. And he might not live here. So he's saying that he does see MaCele a lot because of that. And so they sit down and they talk, and MaCele starts talking about the fact that she was just at home, meaning that ubekubo komalume wabantwana bakhe at the Cele home. He was building indlu there, and she's happy about the fact that ilawu lakhe is finished. Apparently it's a nice house. I don't know how big the house is, whether she's building a house like Klapu Rondoville or building a house like maybe a 4-bedroom house. I don't know, but there's a house that he was building, a kaya. It made me feel like maybe it is a big house. Since Umsele said ukuthi uyakha ekhaya. MaCele was more like ngakha indlu, kunendlu engiyakha ekhaya, ngakha ilawu. Ilawu is that could be just 1-room house, you know. And Umsele was more like MaCele ubakha ekhaya. So it made me feel like, okay, maybe she's building like a house at home and she's happy about the finished product. And I guess MaCele was feeling proud of herself that she has finished that project, and in a joking way, it's all nice and whatever. And I don't know how they deal with this with these women, because we are delelo sometimes, and sometimes just out of the blue he would just. So he starts saying and he is not impressed by the fact that MaCele has built a home kubo, because imali that has built that home is from Mselegu household. So basically that house is a Mselegu house, because everything that she has used to build that home is from the Mselegu household. And we wonder why MaCele bamudi kangaka. We wonder why these women are just suddenly sometimes they just suddenly moody, because they have to deal with this. Like, why couldn't he just say, Sanosam, that is so great that you're able to finish that project at home. I can't wait to see it. I'm sure. Or MaCele's mom is no longer living, so I'm sure at home they are happy with that. You know, he could have said something positive, but he's like, I'm not impressed by that. I'm not impressed. He was just not in the mood to be nice to MaCele, which is not usual, because usually he goes out of his way to be nice to MaCele. So Msele, I guess he was talking a little bit about the meeting that he had with Luanda, and MaCele says, you know what, sometimes you have to let a person let them hang themselves, okay? So I understand that he wants to groom Luanda, even though I can foresee some problems with what he's doing, but I'm just going to let him do it, because as is, I can see there are nonsense the way that he's doing things, but I would let him hang himself, because he wants to groom his son. It's fine. I would let him do that, okay? So today MaCele Nomselegu, they were not, you know, it was like they were not in sync. They were not, and it was a surprise, you guys, because last week they were at the getaway, which was supposed to, you know, vuselela the romance, vuselela the la. But bayabuya abantu basemamudzini. Angazi mina esithenjini kunjani vele. Okay, and yeah, you guys. So then Umselegu, I guess kube ne disconnect encane lana. This is why I say kube ne disconnect. Umselegu no MaCele didn't really discuss indaba yo members kaMakhumalo in the scene while they are sitting down. But then in the diary section, he talks about the fact that he did not talk to MaCele ngendaba yo members, because MaCele usanda kuxoxa inganekwane about indaba ukuthi she won't be attending a member, so and the fact that ufuna umshado and what not. So he just felt like, you know what, he's over it, because uhleze ngabantu yena. So I felt like kusho ukuthi in the diary session they actually asked him, I think in the scene, yeah, MaCele, he was supposed to talk about umembezo. Okay, which is why we say ukuthi the show is scripted. That's what it's scripting. He was supposed to talk about indaba ukuthi kade akha ekhaya MaCele, and he was supposed to also talk about umembezo. So I guess in the diary session they were asking him, so how come you ended up not talking about indaba yomembezo? And he is saying in the diary session, I decided not to talk about it because usanda xoxa lenganekwane yakhe ende yokufuna imishado eminingi nokuthi yena akasayingeni indaba yokuya komembezo. I feel like I have accommodated people too much, and if utetemisa abantu sometimes bayadelela and they don't know how much they are privileged, and so they don't appreciate it. Ubecekile baMsele namhlanje by uMaCele, you guys. Did you think we were ever gonna see the day? You know, ucikekile akhe sucikwa ilong. Guys, here is the thing when it comes to issue kaMaCele. I totally agree with indaba yokuthi when it comes to marriage yesithembu, even though I could never get on isithembu, ne, but I think the way that I will treat it if I ever got on one is that even though we are all married to the same man, but my marriage with my man would be the agreement between the two of us. So I wouldn't expect ukuthi umshado wami would be the same as omunye umshado womunye umuntu. So we would have our own agreements on how we go about our relationship. So I feel like uMaCele is right in saying ukuthi there were certain things that they talked about at the beginning of their marriage, the things that they agreed upon, the things that they promised each other. And one of those things was that after 20 years, there was never going to be any conversations about the taking of the wives and all of that. And she was going to get a white wedding, and she was going to also actually get the rings. And I actually signed, because I do believe that she doesn't mention the signing of the marriage certificates, but I do believe that she wants that to MaCele. For some reason, I do believe that she wants that. So I feel like if that's what they agreed upon and 20 years has come, she has a right to say, listen, this is what we agreed upon. Can I get what we agreed on? And I feel like MaCele was unreasonable in saying to MaCele, now you can't get it because because now I'm not done with what I was gonna do, you know. Which is the same thing, I guess. In the moment when he is trying to achieve something, he will tell you what you want to hear so he can achieve what he wants to achieve. And I think with MaCele, because I've always thought there was something they agreed upon, and he wants to keep his promise when it came to that. But I'm feeling like now he's like, yeah, I promised you because I wanted to take other wives, but right now I'm not done with the other wives. I still have to do 2 members, so I still have to do 2 weddings. So it doesn't matter if you've had your 20th anniversary. Mina angisazoqhubeka ngibathatha amakhosikazi ama-2. You know, whereas MaCele is saying, but that was the promise. We have seen this, you guys, even with uMangwabe, because uMangwabe, when she came to the family, she says the promise was she was going to be the last wife. And Msele said, no, but I was trying to convince her and her family to allow me, and the church, because and the church, to allow me to take another wife. It wasn't like I intended for her to be the last wife. I just said she was going to be the last wife so that she can say yes, her family can say yes, and the church can allow me to take her. But now that she's here, then I don't have to. So he makes those promises in the moment to achieve what he wants. But if it doesn't work out, it changes. Okay. So now okay, he's not gonna talk about indaba yelokhuzana your members, so because he doesn't even wanna seem like he is begging her to go to members. If efuna ukuxoxa lezo inganekwane zakhe zokuthi yena she's not gonna go to members, so kaMakhumalo then akazixoxa lezo inganekwane akazingeni yena lokho. So he's just gonna move on ahead with ama plans without telling MaCele the details. I guess that's what he means, even though he didn't say it like that. Okay. So, and then we move on to like the last scene, guys, which actually took longer. We usually get like 4 or 5 scenes in like one episode. We only got 3. This was the 3rd one, and it took longer, you guys. And this was a very telling scene. Okay, this is the first time in my Uthando Nesthembu that, okay, it's my second time. It's the second time on Uthando Nesthembu that I really feel like Aibo. Guys, why are you doing this to Makhumalo? The first time that I felt like that was when there was a time when they held a meeting and they were not happy ukuthi uMakhumalo helped Ubaba uMseleku a lot, and it seemed like all the wives were attacking her. I really felt for Makhumalo at that time. And this was another time, you guys. Besides the case of her not being able to help children, I really felt for her in this scene, you guys. But let's talk about it. So in this scene, she has invited the wives out because of course she wants to talk about Umembeso wakhe, and you know how the wives are, they dress very nice, but MaCele, they go out. I'm guessing that it was lunch because it was daytime and it didn't look like it could be in the morning, and they wouldn't have been able to make it in time, looking so beautiful in the they were looking so beautiful that it might have been daytime because they took time to get ready and getting the makeup lady. But you guys saw they get there, and I guess the mood was okay. Nobody knew exactly why Makhumalo was calling them, and they just thought she needs to talk to them about something, okay? And before they start, MaCele thanks Umakhumalo for the night. Remember, Umakhumalo organized the getaway for MaCele and her husband. And she said the getaway was nice. She feels recharged. She feels like she got some therapy. She's feeling like, but when they were interacting with Umsele, I didn't feel like the relationship is recharged. But guys, we know good, and sometimes they're acting. Maybe really they did recharge, and they had some agreements there in the getaway, because we didn't really see what went on in the getaway except for the conversation they had about the marriages, and then they had to come back to the to production and act. Now they are acting. Okay, so you never really know with these people, but she's thanking Umakhumalo, which I thought was kind. I mean, she did something that was kind for them. And then Umakhumalo excitedly, guys, I really feel like Umakhumalo is excited about finally members. But think about it, guys. Think about the whole story of how Umakhumalo got into this family. And on top of that, her moving to Umzumbe, building those houses, and waiting for all of these wives just waiting for her turn. You know, waiting for her turn. If there's one thing Umakhumalo that she has done is wait her turn when it comes to Lomendolo. Ubekezelile encenga ukuthi aze awuthole la uMando. She said it last episode ukuthi I think 2 episodes ago, she said one thing she has done is that she has proven herself. She has proven herself. She can compromise, she can sacrifice, she can put other people first, she can put herself last. All of the things that we don't really do. Relationships. And I am number one. I put myself first. I put my needs first. You know? So she said she's done all of that, you know. So it's understandable that she's like, finally, you know, it's my turn now. And just a few seasons ago, when it was almost her turn, because of course MaCele had gotten married, Umayeni had gotten married. When it was about to be her turn, MaCele was like, whoa, stop. You know, you remember that when she was getting excited that now she was next, MaCele was like, no, you know. So finally, I understand the excitement. Finally, it's going to happen. I'm sure she had pictures in her mind for the longest time on how she wants the day to look. Okay, and Umakhumalo is one of those people that, even though she knows that there's tension with the wives, she's always gonna try. Umayeni is like, Umayeni no Makhumalo, you can say go to the opposite. Umayeni is like, listen, if I don't get along with you, why do I need to spend time with you? You know, I can tolerate you, but I don't have to pretend that I like you if I don't. Umakhumalo is the one that will want to, you know, everybody must be together. It must look like we all get along. We are all so happy. My sister, you know. So it makes sense that she would want everybody to attend her event, you know. And like she had explained before, that if you've got an event as a wife, for the wives to feel welcome, you have to be the one as a wife to say, I invite you and I invite your kids, so the wives feel welcome. Because if Ubaba Mseleku does it, they might doubt whether you want them at the event. So that is exactly what she's doing. She's inviting the sister wives. So excitedly, she says, guys, finally, my turn has come. So ngiyanimema ukuthi nize kumembeso wami ozobuka Khumalo, and please invite the kids as well, you guys. I wish that honestly, MaCele, because she knew she had bad news, I wish that she had waited for the others to talk. Because I really wanted to know what Mayeni would have said had MaCele not spoken first. Okay, because khona into engisolisayo nge-response kaMayeni. But she speaks first. She says, listen, unfortunately, I cannot come. Anything that has to do with MaCele, I cannot come. I'm done with the wedding things. Okay. My Khumalo is like, I am so lost. Anything that has to do with MaCele, you can't attend. MaCele, really, honestly, I don't know if this was intentional, you guys, but she didn't clarify herself. I wish that she had said, listen, Makhumalo, this was the agreement between Mina and Nomyenwami that after 20 years, I'm not going to be involved in anything that has to do with weddings or marriages. So it's nothing personal to you. I still love you. You are still my bestie, even though I will not attend. But clarify it. She just says, no, since it has to do with MaCele, I'm not attending. Makhumalo is like so lost. And also Umangabe is like, eh? What? She's like, unfortunately, I cannot attend. And Umakhumalo is like, but we just did but what example did she make? And I think they have gone to a function Gamayeni, and also we did come to your function, your 20th anniversary, which had because okay, this is what MaCele says. Anything efaka MaCele kuyo, I cannot go to. So if it involves MaCele, I cannot go to that function. So Umakhumalo is like, but we just went to your 20th anniversary and it had to do with MaCele. MaCele is like, but that was your choice to come because I invited you. Of course, you were welcome, but that was your choice to come because my marriage is not the same as yours. So the agreements that you made with your husband in your marriage is so basically she's saying even though I had invited you, you didn't have to come. It depended on your agreement with your husband. For me, I have a certain agreement with my husband, so I cannot come to yours. But she didn't explain it like that because I am actually clarifying it. It's because of the agreement she had with MaCele. It wasn't clear. It was like she doesn't want to go because it includes MaCele. Makhumalo was so confused, very disappointed. You guys, you could say it in her face that she is just confused. What is happening here? In the diary session, MaCele does say, listen, I hope she understands it's not about her. So it's the 20 years, I had made an agreement, I'm not going to be involved anymore, so I'm not going to do it. And also, imshado yethu ihlukile. But she goes on to say, you guys, listen, asifikanga ngendlela efanayo kaMaCele. We didn't join this family the same way. So the way we arrived in this family is not the same. The way we married into this family is not the same. So the fact that you can do certain things and you allow certain things to happen does not mean that I should do the same. Okay? And, oh yes, Umakhumalo does ask, hey, MaCele, but guys, she was so confused. Shame. I felt for her. I don't want to lie. I did. And she's like, but you attended Mayeni's wedding. Okay, you attended Mayeni. That's a thing though, you guys. I think honestly, I do understand the agreement, but at the same time, she should have just attended the wedding, you guys. No, well, remember. And yeah, MaCele was like, listen, I'm done. Ngiphelile lapho angizi. Okay. And okay. And in a way, you guys, I feel like MaCele was shading Makhumalo. I feel like Makhumalo is going to fill the shade with MaCele's diary session. Because when she's mentioning how people came into the marriage, and also she says, izinto esizivumayo in our marriage, izinto engizivumayo in my marriage are not the same as izinto uMakhumalo azivumayo in her marriage. And we already know izinto azivumayo uMakhumalo in her marriage, like she can compromise, sacrifice her time so that MaCele can spend time with the girlfriends and all of that. So I felt like low-key she was shading uMakhumalo, which I didn't understand because recently they have been becoming friends. Makhumalo has been so kind to MaCele. She has given her gifts, celebrated her birthdays. Was that on the show or off the show? I'm confused what we've seen on the show and what we've seen on Instagram. And wamnika that present for the anniversary, even was a speaker at her anniversary celebration. Hayibo MaCele. Okay. MaCele says, because you know what, I feel used, which is what a lot of us have been saying. Remember, I did that video, a friendship here, and I was like, you know what, I feel like MaCele might be using uMakhumalo. Okay. And she says, I feel like I have been used. Honestly, I would feel like that because just if we leave everything out that uMakhumalo has done for MaCele, just the 20th anniversary, she attended the 20th anniversary. She was a speaker. They did a very nice speaker. Even had a gift for her before the anniversary celebration. Had a gift for her to send her away. I mean, if that's not saying, listen, I really want to build something with you as somebody that is my friend, I don't know what is. I really don't know. She says, she says, now that she thinks about it, it really shouldn't surprise her because it's like they have never really looked at her as as unkosikazi wakaMaCele. Okay, but I think I skipped. Okay, let me tell you about Umayeni's response and then bese ngiyasummarize. So they moved to Umayeni naye, which that one shocked me because MaCele I already expected because she had said last week she's not going to be able to attend. Umayeni naye says she's not going to be able to go. How? Shock to Makhumalo, shock to Mangwabe. Mangwabe was sitting there like, am I in a twilight zone here? And Mayeni's reason is, listen, umembeso wako. Some of the things are supposed to be just about you. Okay, there's just supposed to be about you. I don't know what my role is there. Abantu bakaKhumalo versus abantu bakaMaCele mina ngingena ngamaphi yabona. She's like, no, the kids can come. Umpumelelo, definitely I'll make sure he comes to represent, but I cannot come. I don't think that I should be there. Okay, I hear ilokuzane answer kamayeni, you guys, but I feel like she came up with that after she heard the answer kaMaCele. I did feel like had uMaCele said she was going, Umayeni was going to go. I feel like uMaCele no Mayeni have this communication like low key, where they agree on things but they don't show the others that they do the same thing, Angazi ukuthi ngayichaza kanjani. Even at the end, you guys, those who are going to watch this episode next week, look at how they look at each other when uMakhumalo stands up, no Mangwabe stand up to leave. Look at how they look at each other, like, yeah, I see, vele. Abasho kanjalo, but it's almost like their faces mean like, baby, did she think we were gonna go, But uMakhumalo was at Mayeni's wedding, was at MaCele's wedding, was at these women. Anyway, she decides she's not gonna go. Now you look uMakhumalo with Mayeni, she was like, hey, with Mayeni, really, what did I expect? Because Mayeni has never liked me. Mayeni tolerates me. She doesn't want me in any of her events. And what did I expect? I don't understand her answer, but what else can I do? At the end, you guys, she says, she felt like she's a fool for thinking that these were people that deserved her love and respect, and they deserved her support. But now she sees what it is. Okay, she can see what it is, and I guess they don't see her worthy of being unkosikazi wakaMaCele, especially with Umayeni, because Umayeni akalona akamthandi. Okay, yo guys, angazi, it's like I wish ukuthi the rule yokuthi they don't go to each other's function when it comes to events that have to do with them getting married. They had made that rule before the others got married, to say, listen, when you're getting married, it's your day. We don't have to be there. It's just you or your husband. If you want the kids there, the kids can come, and it's okay. But for them to invite each other, and then the other one goes, but then when it's the other one's turn, now they don't want to go. That is the part that I don't get. That is the part that I don't get. And I do understand Umayeni saying, listen, uma kwembeswa is umndeni wakamakoti nomndeni wakamkhwenyana. Thina siyumuphi umndeni because amakhosikazi. So sikuphi thina, which I feel like it means it's nomndeni wakamseleko. Anyway, Umakhumalo was very disappointed, you guys. Very disappointed. And yeah. Yeah, she just said because Umayeni vele feeling ngathi uyambekezelela, she tolerates her, but she doesn't feel like she likes her, and she doesn't feel like she likes being around her. But the biggest disappointment for her was MaCele. I feel like she was really disappointed with MaCele. She feels like she's made all efforts to show Guti, listen, I'm willing for us to build something positive here. For her to say that she's not coming, I guess she was really disappointed, you guys. Makhumalo, you guys, does not show emotion, okay? Makhumalo does not show emotion at all. She only cried about Lungelo. Not Lungelo. She cried about MaCele. She does not show emotions, but I could hear her voice shake a little bit this time, because I feel like really, honestly, her feelings were hurt. I think her feelings were really, really hurt by Umakhumalo more than Umayeni. But it's like Umayeni uvele wa edusa out to the wound by saying naye agai. Okay, and in the diary session, Mangwabe says something really interesting. She says, Yazin, I can see here, everybody's on their own here. You are on your own. She was like, that's one thing I'm seeing. Mayeza response kaMaCele no Mayeni. Because I think even Mangwabe expected them that they were going to go. Because obviously that's been their tradition. MaCele got married, they went to the wedding. Mayeni got married, they went. So she really feels like, okay, when it comes to yena noma Khumalo, okay, and then Umayeni in the diary session, she says, because at some point Umakhumalo points out, but guys, I do understand ukuthi sishadene ndoda yodwa, we are omnakwethu, okay, but we have become more like sisters. That's what she says. Umayeni, the response to that was like, no, right, vele, we have become the sisters, but ukuya yena elokhuzweni yakhe cho angi. As a cho angi. Right yena, we are like sisters, but no angi kon. Okay. And we even found out, you guys, that Umayeni actually agangeni kaMakhumalo. She says Mayeni has never even been to her house, which is like strange, because they're basically neighbors, but Umayeni doesn't go to her house, Makhumalo. So yeah, I guess for her it put a stamp on the fact that, this is it, these people don't really like me. And yeah, but you know what the interesting thing about this is, this show was shot a while ago. The matching outfits that we've seen on Instagram, Mayeni no Khumalo, that happened after they had shot the show long ago and wrapped it up. So I'm wondering what's happening now. Did Khumalo go home and think it's okay? That means me and MaCele, we are pretending, and I'm just gonna go on with the pretense, and at least now I know what she doesn't like me, but I'll just pretend so that we can do some businesses together and all of that, because it's like the bestie act, but just escalated after they finished shooting the show. And I'm surprised that this scene took place when they were shooting the show, but after that they look like they became even bestest of friends. So it really shows because what we see online, honestly, is like fakery, you know. And yeah, you guys, but Makhumalo was not happy. So then, Umangwabe, now it's Mangwabe's chance, and this is an interesting part here, you guys, because you could see ukuthi from Umakhumalo, from Umakhumalo's invitation, the people that it feels to me like it meant more if they came was uMaCele noMakhumalo noma yini, but those people they said no. And I don't think that Umangwabe accepting an invitation for Umakhumalo meant as much. Which for me, I really feel like that is the friendship that Umakhumalo should actually work on. That's a friendship that I feel if Umakhumalo became friends with Umangwabe, that would be a genuine friendship because Umangwabe doesn't pretend. If she's not happy about something, she's not happy about something. If she doesn't like something, she doesn't like something. She doesn't pretend. And I feel like she could be a safe friendship because of that. Because you know, if she says she likes you, she really likes you. If she doesn't, she doesn't. I don't know, you guys. I feel like with the MaCele, you never really know where you stand. It's very difficult. It's not safe to build a friendship with someone like that. And I feel like Khumalo's focus has been on MaCele when maybe the person that she could build a genuine friendship with is this person, whom by the way was her friend when she came into the family. Until the drama with the family happened. I feel like that's a person that she could really build a genuine friendship with, because I feel like Umangwabe is genuine, you guys. That's the reason people hate her so much, because she just is not going to pretend about anything, you know. So even when Mangwabe comes to say, Umakhumalo is like, you know what, don't feel the pressure, because she was like, don't feel the pressure to say yes just because now they've said no, you know. And Umangabe is like, I know, I'm not feeling the pressure, but in the direct session she says, uthukile. Bethu so answer kaMaCele noma yeni. And for a moment I thought she was also going to say no. And you know, Umangwabe also has some issues with her work. And if she's working that day, obviously she can't take off and all that. So I had that feeling of, I hope it's not one of those situations that nobody's going to go to members. And she says, and I know she will honor the invitation. She's going to come. But I feel like Umakhumalo was not even able to receive that, because that was positive. Out of everybody, there is a sister wife that is going to come. She's very free about it. She's excited about it. But I don't think that Umakhumalo received that, because her focus was on these two who disappointed her, when her energy should have gone to this one. Would say, at least, you're coming, you know. And yeah, you guys. Anyway, she didn't have it. She didn't take the time to celebrate. Just that we knew, okay, there is a wife that's coming, and but Umangwabe expressed ukuthi she understands why. She says ukuthi I guess Umakhumalo expected ukuthi, just like she supports because Umakhumalo supports everybody, guys. Like even when they have events outside of the show, if there is a wife missing, that is not going to be Umakhumalo. Umakhumalo is not normally missing in the support of the other wives. She is usually the wife that shows up. There's one wife, maybe Umangwabe is not there, maybe Umayeni is not there, maybe MaCele is not there, but Umakhumalo is always with the wives that show up. So Umangwabe says now she feels Makhumalo was disappointed because she expected support, because what she does is that she gives support, okay? And I guess they were about to eat, and when the food came, Makhumalo was no longer in the mood, and she was like, you know what, I'll have that to go, bamphekele ukudla kwakhe, and wavalisa wahamba. She does say ukuthi she's very disappointed. And she says that, this whole thing made her see how they feel about her. She feels like they have never accepted her into the family. And overall, she knows they don't really see her as a wife. Okay? And at some point, you guys, she looked at uMaCele the way that she looked at Ulachonco at that reunion. Consider that look. I think it was Ufix who spoke about it on her channel. That look, was it Ufix or was it Mzansi Reality? They spoke about the look that Uma Khumalo gave to Ulasi at the reunion. You know, she gave MaCele that look. Anyway, you guys, yeah, like I said, yeah, I felt for Uma Khumalo, you guys. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, it means good. Mangwab is gonna. I want to look at those four pictures again. So members of Makumalo to just see who ended up showing up. Did they change their minds at all and show up or not? You know. But what was disappointing even more for me was at the end, because then Uma Khumalo stood up to go, and then Mangwabe did the same right after her, and then the queens the queens, they remained behind and they were looking at each other with such, I feel like they were so satisfied. And I'm like, how are you feeling? How are you smiling after disappointing somebody like that? Guys, it's Tenjin. Yes, it's Tenjin. Someone can kill you and smile. It's in Lenga Kelly Kumalo. Hey, hey, bakulimaza bakubuka emehlweni. Hayi Sithenjini guys, ya angakufakela umuthi umuntu athi upoison athi. I learned today, yeah, don't say someone is your friend. That's Sithenjini. Anyway, you guys, there was an episode for today. It was such a reveal for me when it comes to how everybody feels about Uma Khumalo. As much as Uma Khumalo is not my favorite, I wouldn't want to be in the situation like that, guys. In a group of 4 women, you want to know at least there's one person that has my back. I don't think that anybody in that group has her back. Because Uma Ngwabe at this point is like she's on her own. She has her own back. She will do what she wants to, what she feels like doing. She will support who she feels like she's supporting. If she doesn't feel like she doesn't do it, she understands that she's on her own. And then with these two, Uma Khumalo MaCele no Mayeni, they have each other's backs. And then Uma Khumalo is on her own. But she thought that, I think she's somebody that wants to feel like somebody has her back and nobody does. That's not a good feeling. Even in friendship, when you discover that actually this person is this person's friend and this one is this one. Who is my friend? It is not usually a good feeling, and I think that's the feeling that she was getting. Anyway, you guys, tell me what you think about this episode in the comment section below, and also like the video before Pumegona. Share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntando.